Have you ever felt so desperate that you contemplated murder? This is something that happened to me a number of years ago, and it was a horrible feeling. One of my closest friends saw the state that I was in and introduced me to the writings of a philosopher named Epictetus. Epictetus is known for a group of aphorisms collected in a manual for living known as the Enchiridion. And having read and studied this, I managed to overcome my problems and go on to a better frame of mind. I am such a believer in the wisdom encapsulated in the Enchiridion that I thought I would make a video explanation of it. So starting today, I'm going to begin going through the Enchiridion. There are approximately 52 aphorisms, and I will read each one and give you my own personal interpretation of it. This is not an easy philosophy to put into practice, but as Epictetus himself pointed out, if you can just try to get close to the ideas or closer to the ideas that he's espousing, you will benefit greatly. There are things which are within our power, and there are things which are beyond our power. Within our power are opinion, aim, desire, aversion, and in one word, whatever affairs are our own. Beyond our power are body, property, reputation, office, and in one word, whatever are not properly our own affairs. This first paragraph of number 1 aphorism, Epictetus is showing the difference between things that we truly do have control over and the things that we don't. And things that people mostly worry about are things that are totally out of our control, such as our body. Now, we can try to live a healthy life, but that doesn't mean we won't get cancer or heart disease despite our best efforts. Ultimately, we don't have control over our bodies. Reputation, what other people think of us. You know, we can try to lead a good life, but that doesn't mean people will always see us the way we would like to be seen. Wealth, again, you can be a hard-working person and not become wealthy, or you're born to great wealth through no fault of your own. It's something that we don't have total control over. The things that we do control, though, are things like the way we think about things, the way we act, what's inside us. We can control that. Now, the things within our power are by nature free, unrestricted, unhindered. But those beyond our power are weak, dependent, restricted, alien. Remember then that if you attribute freedom to things by nature dependent and take what belongs to others for your own, you will be hindered, you will lament, you will be disturbed, you will find fault both with gods and men. But if you take for your own only that which is your own and view what belongs to others just as it really is, then no one will ever compel you. No one will restrict you. You will find fault with no one. You will accuse no one. You will do nothing against your will. No one will hurt you. You will not have an enemy, nor will you suffer any harm. The second paragraph culminates in one of my favorite sentences of all time. Nor will you suffer any harm. Well, this all kind of comes back to the idea of what is harm. As we will see going forward, Epictetus' notion of what harm is based on what is the good and the bad. Only thing that can be harmed is your ability to make good judgments, and the only way that can be harmed is if you voluntarily give that up. Your body can be broken, you can be killed, but that is not, in Epictetus' mind, a form of true harm, because it concerns something that is not really your own, under your own power. Aiming therefore at such great things, remember that you must not allow yourself any inclination, however slight, towards the attainment of the others, but that you must entirely quit some of them, and for the present postpone the rest. But if you would have these and possess power and wealth likewise, you may miss the latter in seeking the former, and you will certainly fail of that by which alone happiness and freedom are procured. This next paragraph of aphorism number 1 talks about the importance of going for things that are truly under your own power, foregoing a quest for wealth or fame or any of the material things that are really not our own power. And he makes the point that people can't have both. You can either go for what is philosophically correct, or you can go for the trappings of life that are ultimately out of your control. And if you try to do both, you'll get neither. Seek at once, therefore, to be able to say to every unpleasant semblance, you are but a semblance and by no means the real thing. And then examine it by those rules which you have, and first and chiefly by this, whether it concerns the things which are within our own power or those which are not. And if it concerns anything beyond our power, be prepared to say that it is nothing to you. The final paragraph of aphorism number 1 has Epictetus talking about the difference between what appears to be, or what he refers to as a semblance or an appearance, what appears to be real and what really is real. He says that all things that happen, we must judge them and see if they are things that are truly within our own power to control or not. So for instance, if your doctor calls and tells you that you have some horrible disease, Epictetus would say, well, what does this mean? Well, this is something about my body. Does this affect my ability to be a good person if my body is going to have problems or suffer? And he would say, no, the only way this is going to hurt me is if I allow it to cloud my self, my judgment, my notion of what I am. But my body is not me. Be prepared to say that it is nothing to you. To be honest, this is the crux of the problem. It is incredibly hard for people to actually do that. It's probably almost impossible for people other than maybe Gandhi, Martin Luther King. There's some who maybe can do this, but most people can't. But what everybody can do is to try to see that as a good, see that as an aim, and try to get closer to it, even if you may never attain it. By simply getting closer to the notion of separating what's under your control from what's outside of your control, and seeing that that's the key value in your life, you will make progress and you will get closer to a good state of mind.